Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to another Doctor Who review. And today's Doctor Who review is the final Seventh Doctor review for a while. This is Survival. The Master is up to his old tricks. Yes, the Master has returned, and this time he is using cheetah people to take kids away from Perivale. But why and what for? Well, it turns out that the Master has been infected with the cheetah virus, and he has been essentially locked away on the cheetah's homeworld, and the only way for him to get back to Earth and essentially escape back to his time machine is to lure the Doctor in, slowly and surely. By luring the Doctor in, it gives him the power to use people as a kind of lasso back to the main world. However, Ace suddenly realizes that her long-lost sister is one of the cheetah people, and this is what brainwashes Ace so much to want to become one of them. When Ace originally turns up back in Perivale, she bumps into one of her old mates using a hoister outside of a... When I say hoister, I don't mean an actual... Right, just to explain it, I just mean a cup. She's holding, like, a cup you put change in. Her old friend explains the fact that everyone in Perivale thought that she had run away with some fella or such. It turns out that a lot of her old friends have got into a lot of trouble, and a lot of them have gone missing. Meanwhile, the Doctor realises that something's up with all the cats in Perivale, and so he goes into a shop to try and catch a cat. A woman knocks on the window and starts calling him a weirdo, which for the Doctor isn't really a new thing. However, the Doctor and Ace eventually go to the planet of the cheetahs. Ace and the Doctor get split up for a while, and then the Doctor reunites with her and starts telling everyone to stop running, because of the fact that a real cheetah in real life can sense your fear, and so it would go for you. However, no one listens to the Doctor, as the Seventh Doctor / Sylvester McCoy points out in a very beautiful deleted scene. Yes, the Doctor / Sylvester McCoy breaks out of character for a really nice exclusive that you can find on YouTube, where he jumps in the sand and then starts chucking his clothes around. It's absolutely hilarious and everyone on set laughs. Back to the story, however. The Master manages to escape the cheetah planet, and when he returns he takes the cheetah virus with him. Still driven mad by it, the Master comes up with a plan to use someone against the Doctor. He manages to brainwash one of Ace's old friends into using a biker gang to attack the Doctor. However, the Doctor escapes the encounter by basically falling off of the motorbike and landing in a sack of sofas. See, those things you throw away can be useful sometimes. However, the biker gang is then scared off when a cheetah woman turns up who is Ace's sister and scares them off. She then returns to the wild to the planet that is destroying itself. Ace is left stranded in the field for a while whilst the Doctor goes back off to his TARDIS, where he discovers the Master trying to flee and nick his police box. The Doctor points out that he can sense that the cheetah virus is still inside of the Master, and so the pair of them end up going back to the cheetah world that is exploding now with volcanoes. The Doctor starts picking up rocks taken over by the virus himself and starts attacking the Master. When the Master tries to lure him into giving in, the Doctor then screams in the middle of the street, "If we fight like animals, we die like animals." He then wakes up to the fact that the Master is gone, most probably gone off back to his TARDIS, and he has to pretty much lie to a woman in the street and say that it's the cats that are doing this. The Doctor then returns to Ace, who is currently on her knees in a field with the Doctor's hat, believing him to be dead. When he turns back up, hope returns to her eyes, and then he begins on a beautiful monologue. There are worlds out there where the sky is burning and the sea is asleep, and the rivers dream, people made of smoke and cities made of song. Somewhere there's danger, somewhere else there is injustice, and somewhere else the tea is getting cold. Come along, Ace, we got work to do. So what did I think of Survival overall? For the last, well, up to a certain point, for the last story of the Seventh Doctor on screen, I love this story. Why? Because it has that beautiful monologue, and not just that, it has a great kind of conclusion to the ongoing rivalry, at least for the moment, of the Master and the Doctor. We're getting to this kind of crossing point with their relationship, where they're kind of becoming absolute renegades to their story. Obviously, they're already two renegades from a long-lost planet. Well, that's telling. But essentially, the Seventh Doctor really starts to, in this series, bring on this oncoming storm of what's about to happen. We get a sense of Time Lord Victorious as he begins to break his moral code. I mean, in this story, he let alone breaks it a couple times, but he definitely starts to break it when he almost kills the Master. After all, what would the Doctor be without the Master, and what would the Master be without the Doctor? The Master is so determined to break the Doctor that he is prepared to get ready to watch his own death. But the Doctor's not ready for that yet. I also like that Ace, once again, a little bit similar to Ghostlight, is facing her past, and to see that effect, that rippling effect, of her returning to Perivale and everyone moving on, I think is perfect symbolism in this story. Why? Because it happens in real life. People go back to places and times where they've enjoyed stuff. But when time moves on, nothing is ever the same. And to see that ripple effect in the Doctor Who universe, I think is perfect to the realism of the world. I also love this kind of feeling behind the cheetah people in this story. I mean, at first they come across as like aggressive, kind of Planet of the Apes sort of thing. But in reality, compared to the apes from Planet of the Apes, the cheetah people are just kind of misunderstood and set in their ways with their tribe. I think getting to see their world destroyed is a very prominent thing, but it also makes me wonder in a way if we will ever get a story where we actually get to go back in time. Because the one thing that this story definitely stands out with is the idea of what I said a second ago, change. Change which is constant. I mean, the Seventh Doctor is on the verge of change, and he can feel it, he knows it's coming. I mean, he talks in this of war, and fighting like animals, and being like animals. He's really kind of pushing the boat out in this, about this idea of how far is too far to change. And for that reason, I give Survival a solid 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Doctor Who review. Until then, goodbye, stay beautiful, and have an incredible night, you beautiful people.